Hello, you are welcome to Breaking Things Down with Seyi Banigbe, aka BTD with Seyi Banigbe, aka the place where you get all the juice on how you can be more successful. Yes, I'm excited. There's just something about today's episode. Today's episode is deep, deep, deep. By the time we are done, you're going to lock yourself up in a room and just reflect for about 2-3 hours. Yeah, because my guest, fabulous. The topic of the charts. Anyway, before I introduce who I'll be breaking things down with, we are going to be speaking on today's topic is, and I think I need some drum rolls here, but really today we're speaking on what is my purpose? What is your purpose? Why are you here? What is your purpose? This is so deep for me. I'm so excited for this episode. I'm sure you can tell. And I will be doing this today with the one and only Steph Obi.
Oh my God.
Why are you excited?
Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Steph Obi is a business coach. She's an author. She's the founder of Bold
Action Mastermind.
Oh, I love the name. She's the founder of Bold Action Mastermind. What do you do? Quickly tell us. What do you do in Bold Action Mastermind?
So we are basically helping people to take action so that they can sell consistently.
So you're a trainer, more or less.
Trainer, business coach.
And the work. So
yes,
guys, you're in for it. Today is the day. So I'm so excited to be doing this with you, Steph. And I'll show you guys and I'll read. There was a post she posted. There are some posts. Does it happen to you guys? When I see long posts on Instagram, I don't know, I shut down. Like when the caption, I'm sorry, I know you're very guilty of long captions. But I'm one of those scrollers, like, I just want to see one or two, like, you went here, peace. Up next, So usually I wouldn't, but from her first line, she posted something, and from the first line, she just kept sucking me in. And let me, you see it on the screen, but I also read a bit of it. She said, I've been exceptionally gifted. That Steph posted this. I've been exceptionally gifted with the ability to simplify very complex things. This is what has helped me to teach very complicated topics. I have the gift. She's listing her gifts and her, talent. I have the gift of listening. I can listen to you ramble for hours, and when you're done, I can tell you what you're really trying to say and how to say it. She said, I have the gift of intuition. I hear what you're saying and what you're not saying, and I can sense when you're scared, and I know what to say to shift you out. She then says, my brain works like a money-making machine. If I sit with you, I can show you so many more. I have the gift of energizing other people. I'm a natural-born motivational speaker. And then she then said, some of these things are strengths that God gave me. I identified them and developed them. Some of these things are skilled I have honed over time. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years now, and so some things come to me easily. Some things come easily to me because of practice. I read what she wrote, and I was just like, wow. She understands her purpose. She understands her giftings. She knows her talent. Because I say this because I've sat with 60-year-olds that, you ask them, what is your purpose? And they're rambling. They're not sure. They can't place their hands on it. Why are you here? What is that one thing that you think the maker had in mind when he was sending you to earth? They don't know. They've lived all their lives just making money and paying school fees. So this is so important, so important. And I think the first question I'm going to ask is, how did you become this person? How did you become someone that's so conscious of purpose? How did you get to know your own purpose?
So I think my journey with purpose really started when I was in school. I attended Covenant University. And I think I was in the second set. And I want you to imagine this. For 4 years, every week, at least once a week, Bishop David Oyedepo would preach or he would teach us something. And in each of those sessions, he was talking to us about how we were here on assignment, how we were world changers, how we were solution providers, how we were here to do great things. I heard this consistently for 4 years. And everywhere you turn, that's how we are talking. Anywhere you go to, whoever you're speaking to is speaking that way. By the time I left the university, I was brainwashed.
Positively brainwashed.
Yes. I was brainwashed. Like I just realized that I was thinking differently, acting differently, asking different questions, trying to do different things. And I've noticed it with other graduates of Covenant University that we just come out and we are like, I'm on a mission. I'm on assignment, So in my
Lovely.
case, that was the beginning.
Shout out to Covenant University.
Yes, I'm so
then.
grateful for that experience.
Beautiful.
I'm so
So
grateful.
when you were leaving school, what was your purpose? What did you know as your purpose then?
Now, that I have an interesting story. So when we were leaving school, there was a program they organized for us. It was called Towards the Total Graduate. In that session, they kept on insisting that you must get clarity about your purpose before you leave these grounds. And so I'm telling you, we were everything. Oh God, tell me. We're praying. God, tell me, show me. And I still remember where I was when I heard God clearly. He said I was going to help businesses grow. And the first thoughts that I had was, me? How? Like, how can that be it? I was studying computer science. And so I thought I was going to go and do big things in the tech world. You understand?
Yeah.
So what am I going to be doing in business? Like, no, so that was my first reaction. And I remember that those people just went quiet. Like, Shay, you said I should tell you what it is. Now I've told you. And now you're now asking all these questions. Of course, in hindsight, that was not the correct response. I should have said, hey, tell me more. How am I going to do it? But the first thing that, flashed in my head was, no, I don't think I can do that. It's not me, and all that.
That's typical with most of us, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I started. So I knew that I was going to help businesses grow. I was very clear about that when I was leaving school.
Beautiful. And what would you say is your purpose now?
So it's still helping businesses grow, but I've gotten a bit more specific. All right. So now I know that it is helping people to take bold actions, to be courageous so that they can grow their businesses.
I think for me, it's exciting to discuss purpose and all of that. I studied law in the university. And it's funny.
You studied law?
Yeah, I'm a lawyer.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I would never have guessed.
Yes, I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
I have. I actually worked full-time for about 10 years plus. Yeah. Now I have my legal practice. I specialize in corporate and commercial law, for your information. Yes. Anyways.
My mouth is still open.
Yeah. So
all right, tell me.
Yeah, so I'm a lawyer, and it's funny that you root your where you are, and your consciousness of purpose is tied to school. But I also find that sometimes school is actually the downfall of a lot of people, because you study a course and you wear that course. And because you spent 4, 5, 6, 7 years doing it, it becomes your life purpose. Meanwhile, there's more to you. And I always say, sometimes I just sit and I'm like, God, thank you that I discovered media. Because, till now, I have my legal practice, I have clients. So there's what you study. There's what, you can have a job that's making you money. You can have what you study. But there is what was wired into you by the Creator. There are things that were already, like you're making a machine or something, creating something, and it's just there. It's like people that can sing. They'll just do, Meanwhile, some people will go for voice lesson, voice training, I'm drinking honey. I'm drinking, So I don't think anybody should walk the earth without discovering what they were created to do. What their natural giftings are. I'd always known I had a thing with talking. So it started, first of all, with me selling. I used to sell a lot in university. I'll sell clothes, fashion. I've always loved fashion. So I'd sell fashion. I was also a leader in my campus fellowship. So I'll preach as well. I'll teach the word of God. So I always knew it was mouth related. But I was also that person that used to go about to always tell people, I don't have any gift though. I don't know my purpose in life. I don't, yeah. So this topic is so precious to me, because it took so long. Just the way you heard teach business, and you're like, it doesn't usually make sense. And one day, I think it someone that said to me, your gift is your mouth now. I'm like, really? Mouth, really? But with time, I understood it, because I would notice that somebody might use 100 years to sell something. I've sold mine in 1 minute. Somebody is trying to communicate something. Using 100 hours, I'll do mine in 1 hour. With time, I discovered it. But what would you? So when you then heard that, you felt, okay, I'm supposed to help businesses. Did you just get out of school and face your computer science, or did you say, you know what, I'm going to work on this thing? Because how have you evolved in this issue on this matter of purpose?
All right. So straight out of school, I went for NYSC. As you know, that's the compulsory 1 year that we all have to go through to save our country. So I worked in a bank. But after I was done in that 1 year, I knew that this was not it for me. So I left the bank, and then I worked in a communication company. I was in telecoms. I was there for 18 months. And once again, I knew, because there was just this knowing I had on the inside that this is not it. When I find it, I will know. When I find the work I'm supposed to be doing, I will know. All right. And so I was working in telecoms for 18 months. And then I said, you know what, maybe I should go to business school. So I went to Lagos Business School. I did an MBA. And when I was done, I got another job, this time a business-related role. So I was still thinking, okay, it's around business. I will find something that will get me excited. Once again, while I was there, I was like, this is not it. You know?
So how did you find what was it?
So sometime around when I was finishing business school, I started to get an urge to start teaching. At the time, I had been running an accessories business for maybe about 8-9 years. I started in my second year in the university. I used to make and sell accessories. So I did bead accessories, chain, wires, Ankara accessories. So I was this accessories person. I had a factory. I had a team that were working with me. Yeah. So I had done this for years, but it was just like the side hustle. It wasn't my career. It wasn't something I was going to do in my life. It was something I was doing by the side, like a hobby that turned into a business, you know. So at some point, I started to get this nudge that I should start training people on how to make accessories. It didn't make any sense. Why would you teach people your trade secrets? Why would you show somebody how you're doing a particular thing? But it didn't leave me. And so I just obeyed.
It didn't leave you.
Yeah, I just obeyed. Interestingly, my first workshop was a flop. Nobody paid. That's another story for another day. Like I cried. I was so embarrassed.
But people showed up.
Nobody paid. Nobody showed up.
Oh, wow.
It was a flop. Complete flop. Anyway, but because I knew that this is something that I had been assigned to do, like, because the nudge continued, I did the workshop again. But this time I was like, I need to get better at marketing. Okay, like it's not enough to say, oh, I know that this is my calling, this is my purpose, my assignment, this is an instruction. Like you have to learn how to sell, you know. So I started to learn marketing, and the next time I did the workshop, I think 3 people came.
Oh.
Look, I was happier than them. I wanted to touch the sky. Throughout the day, I did not eat. I was teaching. I was talking. I was so excited. And then, I don't remember this now, but my friend told me that I called her after the workshop and I said, I found it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Wow, that's training people.
Yes.
And then from there, it's just evolved into I know the first time I encountered you was I saw your advert. You were selling a course on how to use Facebook or something. Yeah. And then in my company, we had been struggling with Facebook ads. I'm like, honestly, I told my team, I don't have time to sit with this, but I'm going to buy it and make sure you know, yeah. But I just felt I was impressed that at least someone is putting herself out there, you know. So basically, I can tell that you've just been training and teaching.
Yes.
And I love what you said about that idea or that thing did not leave you, and you gave yourself to it. And I find that for most people that are living in purpose and working in purpose, it's usually it ties to following that push.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the maker, the creator, always puts stuff in us. So people are watching now, you know that, you know, you have your career, your banking career, your tech career, but you know that when you see flowers, you're concerned about how did they grow? Are they blossoming? Are they this? Are they that? I think people need to realize that there's something there. You need to act on this thing.
Yes.
Nobody's saying resign your job, right?
Yes.
But act on it, because what I realize is now, then it was for you. train people on how to make accessories. Now you say you are training people to make their whole lives, or what's
to take bold actions.
To take bold actions. Right now, you're a life life coach. If I'll put it that way, what you would have called purpose back then is different from, well, it's been refined.
Yes.
To now. So I realize it's a journey. What do you think?
Yes, it's definitely a journey. I think that if God shows you where you're going, you may get scared. And so he just gives
too
you
much.
Yes, it's too much. So he gives you small steps.
Bits and
try
pieces.
this first.
I
Try
really
that
agree
first.
with
Try
you.
that. And what's happening is that you're building competence. You're growing. You're going to fail. Oh, that one is normal. Oh, but you will learn resilience and you come back at it again. And the more you try all those small things, the more you get better. And then he keeps giving you new assignments. So that's why you will notice that after a while, it will be time to do something new. It's still in line with your purpose, but you have to be courageous and take that next step.
Yeah, so I think what I'm taking from this is people should stop shutting down that inner voice.
Yes.
People need to stop shutting down that cry on the inside.
Yes.
That thing when you go to sleep and you see yourself always doing that thing, or there's just something that gives you undescribable joy.
Yes.
I think
you have to start.
Yes, I think that's the major problem.
Instantly.
Just start.
You have to start. And you have to start in the most crappiest way ever. And one of the challenges is that if you somebody who values excellence, perfection, you want to be perfect,
that can be a problem.
It becomes a problem because you are like, okay, let me wait until I have. Let me
I
wait
know people
until
that
I
have been
can.
waiting
Let me
until
wait
for 20
You will
years.
wait forever. Wait forever. Look, when you get the nudge to do something, you have to do it immediately because then you enter.
I think you have to be humble enough to do it wrong at first.
Yes.
I think it's a humility
Crappy.
thing. Yeah.
Not perfect. Just do it. You will grow over time. There's this thing about having a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says it has to be done so well, perfectly. If I don't do it like this, it means I'm a failure. A growth mindset says I can start like this and I can grow.
It's never perfect the first time. If there's anything I've learned in business, it's never perfect.
No matter how you want to make it perfect, can never be perfect. So start immediately. When you start, what happens is that your identity changes. You don't even realize it. It's like this podcast now. You were having the idea, I want to start a podcast. The moment you started, the moment you took the microphone and started speaking, you became a podcaster.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how you started. You became a podcaster and you can only grow from there.
Yeah, and from there I'm saying, okay, now I want to do that. Then
Exactly.
I want to do that. I mean,
Exactly.
it ties to my journey in media.
Yes.
I said, someone, I don't know how I'll say, cajoled me. Oh, Seyi, you can, you talk so well. You're passionate about this, your success thing. Instead of begging people to buy your CDs, why don't you just get on their TV screen, get into their homes, get in there? I'm like, what's wrong with you? Me, I'm a corporate professional. I don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me. That was my attitude. One thing, the guy is talking as if him and God had a conversation because he's now saying some things that I've actually heard. God told me that, Seyi, you need to step out there, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I do it. And then I thinking that the first season was going to be the last season, because I said, all of you are joking. When I do it and you see how horrible it is, I did it. And then the feedback, people saying, my gosh, I'm so inspired. In fact, I'm resigning.
Hey!
That person's story, it inspired me. Then season 2, season 3. And then I've created another show. And, so many other shows. It's a full-fledged media company that has also birthed this podcast as well. So it's amazing how powerful starts.
Yes.
Just taking that one step can be.
Yes.
So can you distinguish between your gifting, that's your natural talent, and your purpose?
There are two different things.
Tell me. I want use yourself as the prototype now.
Okay. So my purpose is like an assignment. Okay. And so right now, my assignment is to help entrepreneurs to take bold action so that they can sell consistently. Okay. That's the assignment. Now, my gifting. How am I going to do that? I draw on my gifts. So the ability to motivate, the ability to listen and to hear what the fear really is, the ability to even market, like to speak in a compelling, convincing way, to make people realize that there's a problem and they have to fix the problem.
Does your gifting, sorry to cut you, does your gifting lead you into your purpose? Because what I found with some people is they keep thinking, I can do this, I can do that, or I love this. Do you think they're interconnected in some way?
So what I think is that the gifting is what you use to fulfill the purpose.
Mm.
Do you understand this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so let's say my purpose is to paint a wall. Is to paint a wall yellow,
And make
yellow color.
houses beautiful. Like,
Yes.
yeah, just paint. Yeah.
Yes. Now, the gift I have to be able to do that role, to do that work, is the ability to be patient with artisans, for example. The ability to pick colors, know what colors would work, for example. The ability to come into a space and to say, this is how this place should be. All those
things, an eye for detail.
An eye for details.
All those things.
They are gifts.
So for those of us that were not privileged enough to attend Covenant and get brainwashed positively,
yes,
how do we then know our purpose?
You only know it by taking action.
Action on what? The things you feel like.
Yes, those nudgings that you have, start doing them. As you do them, you begin to realize that this work is so much deeper than what you think you are doing. Do you understand? So, for example, you thought you were doing media, but the work you're doing, the real work you're doing, the real purpose is so much deeper. Like, it's an intangible thing. It is something that, how do I explain it? It's something that we cannot even hold the impact.
It's just like the painter. I go back to your painter example.
Yes.
Someone might just be obsessed with painting. Oh, I love to paint. In fact, he paints his house. After a while, someone says, come and help me paint. And then he starts painting. But eventually, he realizes that painting brings comfort to people.
Exactly.
It gives joy.
Yes.
It adds color to the life of people. So you see that you were created to bring
joy.
Joy.
Yes, that's it.
Add color to the world.
Yes, that's it. That's the real thing. So I'll give you an example. When I started doing my Ankara accessories trainings, people started telling me that you changed my life. I did not understand how I was changing their lives with a training on how to make accessories, But they would tell me all these stories. Before I met you, I was in a bad relationship. I didn't have a source of income. I felt like, and my self-esteem was gone. I came to learn this skill. I started a business. I started making money. And all of a sudden, I realized that I could do other things in my life.
It set them free.
But like,
their self-esteem.
Exactly. I've had dreams of going to fashion school for years. I applied to go to fashion school in London.
Lovely.
This kind of thing started to happen. I started to get all these stories.
And you would have just thought it was to teach people how to make a ring.
So at that point, I realized that my purpose is not this Ankara accessories training that I'm doing. That's not it. It's just the tool. It's a much deeper work.
And what I find is, because because you obeyed the Ankara training, that's why you're where you are today.
Yes.
If we check it from Ankara training, then you started training.
I started doing marketing trainings.
Marketing. After marketing, that's how I saw the Facebook. So after marketing training, it led you to what training?
Online course training.
Online course training. Yes. And now you are at...
I'm now in Bold Action Mindset Shift.
In fact, and maybe in the next 5 years, you say, I train president.
Flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. Flesh and blood did not reveal that to you.
Yes, lovely, lovely. So someone is watching us right now. And he's saying, hey, wahala, me too, I want purpose now. I want to, I don't just want to be any salary. What, if you can just 2-3 things they can do to actually start this journey of walking in purpose? Okay. I know we've said it in different ways, but, so as we close.
The first thing the foundation I'm going to lay is to understand that you didn't make yourself. There's a God that created you and put you on the earth. Okay? So, now that you're on the earth, he gave you an assignment. It's the reason why you came here. He gave you an assignment. And so he's always nudging you. So those nudges are not just random ideas. They are actually instructions you must obey.
Can I cut in a bit? And those nudges, sometimes, a lot of times actually, it's not just inside you. So it's more, for me, one thing, the trend with me is people that usually tell me. I would have been sensing it, but usually I
like a confirmation.
I shut it up. When it's inside me, I shut it up. I don't listen because I'm like, Seyi, you've come again. You'll be thinking. But then someone asks, Seyi, do you know you can do this? I'll not feel caught. You think I can do it? Yes, now. You can do it. I'm not going to say, God, you you were telling me, how do we start? But
Yes.
most times it's amazing, but I usually get a lot of confirmation and affirmation
Confirmations.
from outsiders. So I put that out there because for some people, they are saying nudge, but they legit are not getting nudged.
Yeah, that's
But
their
what
pattern.
are people telling you?
Yes, that's
What
their
are people
pattern.
saying you're good at or you're exceptional at? What problem irritates you so much that you wish you could do something about?
It's
You
the
know.
reason it's irritating you.
You know.
All right. So whatever it is, you have to obey. You have to obey and start. Like if
Yes, start.
Look, this
Start.
you are
That
not,
word.
You are not watching this show for nothing. Like nothing happens by chance. So since you are listening to us, you have to start. And you need to ask yourself, how can I start today?
In fact, in the comments, when you're done,
Yes.
just tell us, what are you starting?
Now.
That's
Yes.
get accountable. Say, I am
Yes.
going to start, pam, pam, pam,
And
pam,
you
pam.
have to find the easiest way to start.
Yeah.
Don't wait for anything. You already have all you need to start.
Yeah.
Start now, immediately. And don't be worried about what people say about you, because
Oh,
that's a
please.
big thing. Don't worry about what people say about
Oh, you'd
you.
be amazed. That's a big problem.
It's
for
a big
lot of
problem.
people.
Big, massive problem. Big as in,
They will laugh at me.
yes. Or I don't want
It will
people
spoil my steez.
some people don't want to be seen. I don't want people to see me, you know. So you have to like,
I suffered from that, so I
Oh.
understand it. I just felt, why should people know me?
yeah.
Why should I be the one that is yapping on TV or on like, I can be distinguished and just, you know. So
Yeah.
there's a lot people need to deal with to make
Yeah.
sure to live on purpose.
Yes.
or
It's a
in
very
purpose.
courageous journey.
Yes.
actually.
I mean, it's just been amazing doing this with you. Lastly, I'm just going to say, if going by listening to your story, is it fair to say that this purpose thing is a journey that is it fair to say it evolves?
Of course.
I would have thought that people should be able to say, my purpose is bam, and all their life is that. But listening to you, it sounds like it gets refined.
Yes.
And
It gets refined. You're growing. You're not the same person. So you're growing, you're learning new things, you're seeing new assignments, and you're just trusting the process.
so you're saying it's okay for it to be different from what it was 5 years ago?
Yes. Oh,
Feel free.
Let me tell you.
You can change purpose.
Let me tell you. I did accessories for like 10 years, and the thing just left me. You know, before I used to love accessories.
I know. The moment you walked in, you were admiring my ring.
Like I used to eat, sleep, breathe, everything. But when it was time for me to enter the coaching part of my life, the coaching season, everything left me. Everything. It was the strangest thing ever. And that's because that season had ended. And I was about to step into the next.
Seasons, I love it. Life is in seasons.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. I mean, that's deep because some people now that they are pure water business, they think for the rest of their life that's what they will be doing. Meanwhile,
I don't know if we have time for this one. Because, you know, the way life is even structured, you have disruptions. So even if you are like on a particular path, something is going to happen to you that will wake you up. And you just realize that you cannot continue the way you have been continuing.
so be ready to wake up when life says it's okay. You know, but some people actually do one thing for forever. Like they can start. I mean, let's say Dangote now. Dangote has always played.
You can't use Dangote now.
Wait, Dangote has always played in agriculture, very, very big. But what
Yes.
I find is that he just keeps to like more businesses keep coming out of that.
Yes.
Now he's even in oil and gas.
Exactly.
You know,
I can
but agriculture didn't end. I'm just saying that it can keep blossoming.
Yes. So
Because- yeah.
one of the things that you can do as you're growing is that you can set up systems and processes
To keep some,
to keep
yeah.
some
But you
things
didn't
running.
do that with
For me,
you. It just ended.
It just
for you.
ended.
So you see,
Yeah.
it's different. It's different for different people. But thank you so much. And I'm happy that, you know, I mean, for people that enjoy this, I mean, hit me up on this digital media, well, social media. But you need to also look for this woman. She makes you take bold action. So I'm sure she has
Yes.
something for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me just quickly talk about that. So one of the things that I found over the years is that there are so many purpose-driven entrepreneurs, people that want to impact lives, people that want to change the world. They all struggle with selling. They all struggle with the fear
So
of
you
rejection.
help people articulate and communicate.
Beyond that, fundamentally, what we are doing is that we are identifying the fears that are holding them back.
Oh, so it's different for different people. I love
different.
it. So make sure, catch her on social
Yeah.
media, and I'm sure you get a lot more about that. But thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. I mean, we've
I'm
gone
so
way past
excited
our
to be
time.
here.
So you can say I'm running. Thank you so much, Steph. It's been fabulous doing this with you. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Yes, because there's a whole lot more, of stuff like this, enriching stuff coming from this platform. I'm excited to, bring this to you today. And I know you can't wait for the next episode. So make sure you follow. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening on the podcast, follow, drop a review, tell us what you're going to start. We want to hear from you, and I will be responding. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. I'm so happy you're here. Let's become family. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for all the yummy stuff we have for you on this channel. Thank you.